What is up, old school RuneScape fans? It's your boy, John McGarrett's back with another episode of Fresh Start. And as you can see from behind me, we got some funny stuff going on. And this is something you might run into as a multiscaper. And this is part of the ongoing anxiety that I have that Jagex hates me. And they know what I'm doing. Because like I said, I have over 500 accounts I operate. Or not necessarily right now, but I mean, that I was operating multiple, whatever. You know what I mean. As you can see, it looks a little fishy here. I got my guys logged in, and yeah, it's a little weird here. So yeah, today's episode we're gonna go over a few things. We can talk about the value of the net worth growth and stuff. I haven't updated it in my notepad, but yeah, we'll talk about all that right now. I just saw this. I went to log back in because my account's logged off, and then sometimes this happens, and this is when I think Jagex is like coming after me. But like, I triggered some sort of like botting, anti-bot system, like to try to trick me or whatever, to try to break me if like they think I am botting or something like that. Or I don't know. This is just really fun. This happens to me every so often. Now it doesn't really bother me too much because, I mean, like, if they really want to go for banning my accounts now, I mean, I think I have a multitude of RuneScape videos to prove that I am not acting nefariously. I'm not a real-world trader. I am not a botter or whatever or anything like that. I am just a player who likes to play on hundreds of accounts because I am, like all RuneScape players, kind of weird, okay? So, what's going on here? I don't know. But, like, as you can see, like, all the models are broken. Like, I have no map. It's just very basic. People run around, but sometimes on a couple of these clients over here, they're not really moving. They're kind of sliding around. It's really, really silly. But yeah, if we could also, so I can find the bankers here. I can go into the exchange, and then you can see, oh, this one, they're showing the items. But on this one, they're all null. Yeah, I don't know. And then like the inventory down here, you know, he's got some of the map loaded in, but he's null a little bit. And then if you go in there, the items here are null. So I guess yeah, that's just the way it's gonna be right now. So if we look over, I have recorded what the total net worth is. My total net worth right now is 23.5 mil. If we subtract that from the 21.63. This is all starting to get into estimation territory because I mean, like I was doing exact numbers before. But I just kind of stopped doing that because now it's starting to get into the tens of millions and the hundreds of Ks don't really seem to matter anymore. So I did about 1.9 mil. Oh yeah, that was another thing I wrote down. So like when I first went to log into, normally I've been tracking like the hours between the last time I logged into the hours now, so I can give you guys exactly how much GP per hour per day my accounts are generating through this trade strategy. But I can't do that today because I went to log in and it immediately, like this is what the weird stuff started happening. I went to log in and it didn't tell me the last time I logged in. It skipped that first screen. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe I can get it to happen right now, actually. That first screen that should pop up here in a second. Hopefully, 3, 2, 1, go. Yep, this thing right here. This did not happen. The first time I logged in, it just blinked right in and it said, "While Gothic sleeps, da da da. Are you ready to take on that quest or something like that?" So this guy still broken. Now he's more nulled up. I don't know. I think they're mad at me again. I think Jagex is like, I might have triggered some sort of like bot defense, spam defense, or something like that. But I don't know if it's not a big deal. I guess, you know, it'd be an interesting episode for the YouTube if they ban me, and I can create a bunch of controversy and drama around it. So I guess and get it addressed because again, that brings me into another part of my episode here. So I made 1.9 mil though. I just want to update the donation. We are at 23,570 because like I said, I keep saying the word false ban because if they did ban me, it would be a false ban. Don't cheat. I play on multiple accounts, but that's about it. But from what I know, that's not against the rules. Sorry, so today is 7/10/2024. I just want to upgrade that, and then 1.9 mil. And then I want to add to the donation, so that's another 2. So let's go 2.2 mil is now to the donation pile, and we'll get that done. I think I'm gonna sell the. I think I'm gonna give it away once it's at 10 mil. So once we hit 10 mil, I'll give it away. So there's that. 1.9 mil over 20 accounts though. From yesterday, they made about 100K. So still super, super good. The other thing I was going to talk about here, except for now it's all nulled out, is that where's the exchange guy, was that I am done probably going for errors and fires. It's probably better. This is probably going to drop down to like 70 or 80K or something like that. But I don't really want to worry. I don't want to do errors and fires anymore. I'm just going to do fires. So I'm going to sell off whatever errors I got here or whatever. Or well, I guess I can't tell. But there's fire piles and air piles. And I'm going to sell those off, the errors off, and then probably just do some fires because I love fire runes. And somebody from our Discord was talking about how they emptied 92 accounts in 34 minutes, which I did the math. Is I said yesterday that you could do about 109 accounts per hour. But at their rate, they're doing 159 accounts per hour, so it's about 50% more efficient. So I like that, because then if you so the little hit you'll get from not buying air runes, like I said, if it goes down to 70K, you're going to make up for it more in the efficiency upgrade. You know what I mean? Because let's say like 70K, what was it? Sorry, just real rough here. Let's talk about the math. So let's say 70 grand divided by 97. So we're losing 30%, or 28% efficiency here. So what this is. I don't know if you guys know this, but oh, that's another video I was watching. Sorry. Go off my screen. What are you doing here? Why won't it leave? Oh man, I'm such a mess. Okay. Thank you. Anyway. What this is to get a percent, you divide your new rate by your old rate. And then that does you get a decimal here, and then essentially this is this 1 represents 100%, and then every decimal is this is 10%, and this is 1%. And then to see the percent, if you can't visualize that, just multiply it by 100, and you'll get your exact percent. So 72% here, though. But if I take 109 and I divide it by 159, there is more. So take away 1 to see how much more. So that it's actually 3% more efficient, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you scale up 3%, let's say, for instance, 3% of 1 billion GP. That is a million. Sorry. Oh man. Somebody said they really like the rough shooting, and this is getting pretty rough. But yeah, so if we take it by 3, then we get 33 million. Oh my god, I did more than a billion. You get the point. I think a billion. I think 3% of a billion would be 33 mil. That's mil. That's a bill times 0.3. 30 million. Yep. So 3% it comes down to 30 million. You know what I mean? So like little efficiencies like that. 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. They do add up. You keep finding little optimizations like this. You find 10 optimizations that are all 3%. Boom. Now you have a 30% increase in your efficiency. Ergo, now you make 300 million more out of your 1 bill. What, you know what I mean? Hypothetically. This is all hypotheticals. I'm using random numbers and stuff like that to emphasize that, increasing your OEE. This is for my when I was an operator, or I've operated, whatever. The last job I had, I obsessed over it. OEE, overall equipment efficiency, and then by increasing the overall equipment efficiency, that is your main KPI, which stands for key performance indicator. And this is it's all business terminology and stuff like that. But it really taught me to, it really changed the perspective of things, because it made me think about percentages instead of raw volume or raw numbers, like raw GP. Because 3% of 100 is only 3 GP. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but when like I said, 3% of a billion is 30 million, and it is a lot. So then the efficiencies matters while it's small, because it's easier to manage. But then if you have inefficiencies, as they scale up too, inefficiencies scale up just as much as efficiency does. So if you have an inefficient system at 1 billion GP or whatever, 1,000 accounts, 3% inefficiency is turning into a lot more labor hours. And scale works both ways. I hope that kind of makes sense. I might have word saladed that. If not, leave me some comments down below asking me to clarify, and I'll try to talk about it better without really dragging this episode along too much longer. Essentially, scale works both ways. Essentially, yep. So then next, I wanted to talk about, I don't know, actually. I drew this map for the new player, what your journey is going to look like here. I forgot how I tied this in. My kid was going nuts today, and he was running around while I was drawing this, and it doesn't really make sense. But anyway, this is your map to making billions, okay? So this is how it's going to kind of feel. If you are a brand new player, which is who I'm trying to help here, your first if you're on your own, this is my journey. This is my journey, okay? When I was on my own, I followed this path, and I was kind of like, here's where I needed to go right here. Just a straight line. If I had done that in a straight line, compared to like what I did to try to figure it out for like creating an account to 1 to 10 mil, it took me forever. You know what I mean? Right here. And what I'm trying to give you guys is a roadmap like this to this to this, okay? Because like this is, I ruined my map here already, and I skipped through the story, and I was gonna have this big long story, but I guess whatever. Streamlined. But yeah, I took here, and then 1 to 100, like 1 mil to 100 mil is pretty easy, but then getting to 100 mil to a bill, it was another like grind. And essentially, it was learning mechanics and the skills, learning the economy, learning what work is, finding the nuance in my work, applying the nuance in my work, really learning what work is, because once you get like a perfect efficient system, then the good feelings go away. I don't know if anybody's ever had that type of experience. Once you like figure out all these efficiencies and the things that you're obsessed with, and then you have to apply it, like, okay, now you've created this efficient system, now make it work. And then you gotta do it week to week to week to week. It's a whole new grind. And that's why I said you really learn what work is after that. Because what you thought work was back here is nothing compared to really learning what work is. And if you guys follow my roadmap to like 500 accounts and stuff, you're gonna really learn what work is. Like making the accounts is really fun, and learning this whole experience. And I'm glad everybody who's been in my Discord talking about scaling their accounts up. I have multiple people in the Discord who are running 20 plus accounts now. I think like 5 to 10 people. I think something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm just shooting from the hip. At least two people have scaled up to 20. I think 3 to 20 at least. Whatever. People are like they're really exploring these free to play alts and stuff like that, and it's really fun. But you're gonna hit this part. Whatever. That's where I'm at. Really learning what work is. I'm pretty used to it. Like I could like if I got the money back up and going, like doing these 20 accounts a day, checking these 20 accounts a day is nothing to me. But like really scaling it up to get it back going to the level I was operating at, and then going back and creating accounts it'll be work again, but it won't bother me that much. But like if I challenge you to make 100 accounts and get the trade restrictions off in 1 week, and then come talk to me. And then if you think that's pretty good, now do that. Now do 1,000 in a month or whatever. You know, I think the most I ever did in 1 week was about 200, and that's when I hit my last wall. But like, yeah. Anyway, it's a lot of work. Like when you're doing something that you know is the most efficient thing, it doesn't make it any easier. Like you while you're in the weeds, you're really getting. And you know, it's just like any job. It's just like any path. It's all the same. But it's just the most efficient things are actually the most like brain dead, simple systems that are so good they're boring. I guess not to really drag this down any longer, but like once we get past this, like learning what work really is, and just like coming to terms and learning the little skills you need. If anybody's ever ran cross country, it's kind of like that, or ran like trained for like those half marathon things. I think I was gonna do that one time, but like where you do those 20-mile. Like one time I remember for cross country practice, one of the distance days, our coach, he was mad at us because we all were like screwing around. So that he like loaded us up on a bus and then drove us out. I was at a small school, like really redneck school, so they can get away with stuff like this. But he drove us out into the country. I think it was about 25 miles, and then just said, "You guys remember how to get home?" And we're like, "Yeah." He was like, because it was one road. He's like, "Good. See you back at school." And he waited back there at school for us, and we had to run back 25 miles or something like that. It was like 10. I don't remember. It was like I'm just sitting there just in case I'm wrong about the distance, but I remember just being driven out into the country for like 40 minutes, being dropped off, and then he told us just to run back to the school. Like that run, I had to learn new things about myself to get through that grind. And like a lot of this is a lot of grinds are the same. You just like you sit there in your feelings, and you just like learn to cope and keep pushing on and develop these 3 skills here: consistency, grind, and perseverance. And again, I do encourage you guys to push yourself on RuneScape, and you hear this said a lot, but like RuneScape's fun. Treat it like a game. I say treat RuneScape like a job. Treat it like a business. Treat it like it's seriously. Treat it like it's life and death, because yes, it is a game, But this game secretly is preparing you one for one how to survive in real life. Like, you learn consistency, you learn how to grind, and you learn to persevere. And these, if you look it up, consistency, perseverance, these are two major indicators whether you're going to be successful at anything. Like, I looked it up for weightlifting was the first study I heard. Then business. There's a bunch of other stuff. Like, I don't have any. I could have prepped. I know I could have prepped. I keep thinking I prep enough, but I never prep enough to talk about the things that I'm thinking about. Anyway, yeah. But there's a lot of studies out there where they talk about like for lifting. I know for sure. Like the biggest indicator is it whether you take creatine, whether you're on steroids, whether your genetics, da 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 da. What really the biggest indicator of muscle growth over a long period of time is consistency, grinding. Like no sets of volume, no like sets, no supersets, no splits, no 5x5, no like fancy this and that, like eating the right amount of protein, diet. All that stuff's important, but it like is it's inside of the major. It's a like if you were to look at it like an umbrella or a foundation like a pyramid. The bottom layer, you know, like the food pyramid. The most important part of anything is consistency, perseverance, and grinding. And again, I kind of like, it's not like a perfect representation. I just kind of chucked this together because I kind of wanted to like, yes, I want RuneScape. I want to help you grow on RuneScape, but I'm also doing this because I ultimately think that if you guys learn to do hard things on RuneScape, it'll make you more equipped to do hard things in real life. And that's ultimately what I want for you guys. I want you guys to like be successful in real life. And the only way I know how to help people be successful in real life is to help them be successful in the one thing I know pretty well, which is RuneScape. So again, really weird that I'm getting all philosophical or spiritual or whatever, you know what I mean, emotional or whatever, I don't know. Like I'm making my RuneScape channel bigger than it is, but it kind of ties into my mission, my life mission here. So now, okay, let's get into the forecast and then let's finish this episode up. Oh wait, I had a question, actually. Almost missed this. Had a commenter ask me if this was legal for us to run this video. Well, let me see if I can just quickly find the comment quick. He said, I have it right here. Hi, man. All good. Multi-account is legal. And then it reminds me of when I was told about from a friend of mine. Like, I was wondering why I was getting so many dislikes on my videos, certain videos that didn't make any sense. And then somebody, my friend, my YouTuber friend guy, the guy who's been kind of helping me out behind the scenes, and he's been helping me run my server and stuff. Shout out Tanglia OSRS. I think that's his name. I hope I didn't butcher that, buddy. Anyway, he's got an old school RuneScape channel as well. He's a really nice guy, really helpful, super friendly. But anyway, he was telling me, hey, bro, you got to understand that like people, they'll see more than one screen. If they see more than one account on your screen, they're going to assume you're a cheater. So then that brings me to the rules of RuneScape. Multiple logging in, okay? You are free to create as many accounts as you like, and you are welcome to trade between your accounts just as you would with any other player. You can log into the two accounts at the same time to do this if you wish. Trading wealth or items between your own accounts is done entirely at your own risk. We advise that you use trade system we supply to trade between your own accounts. Unusual trade methods like dropping, death, or trust trades are particularly risky. We strongly advise against them. This is kind of weird and wrong. Trading wealth or items between your own accounts is done entirely at your own risk. Is this like implying that they're going to ban us? Because I had another commenter say he was afraid of real-world trading. But anyway, yeah, just that aside. But if any of your accounts obtain items or wealth through rule-breaking activity, for example, macro or real-world trading, then all your accounts may be banned. This is what's referred to as a chain ban, and why I am super anxious playing all the time, and why I've ultimately, like, one of the reasons why I came to putting it on YouTube is because I ran a 60-account run on a tutorial island, and then after I logged off, it was like five hours on tutorial island. I logged off, went to go resume my progress the next day, and half of my accounts were banned. That's a whole nother story. They falsely banned, by the way. I appealed them. I haven't checked because I don't really care because I've lost. I mean, I've ran through so many free-to-play accounts, I don't really care about them. I could just make more. Like, whatever. Also, multi-logged accounts must not interact with each other to get an unfair advantage in gameplay, such as rigging the results of a minigame. For example, it is against the rules to have a number of accounts in a minigame, all controlled by the same person, in order to try to guarantee the minigame outcome. So now, right, we can't break the game. We can't. Yeah, so it's not against the rules to log on multiple accounts, and the only argument that you can make is that like we have an unfair advantage with trading because we're bypassing trade limits, maybe. But but I made a million videos on how you can do it too, so it's not an unfair advantage. Like, maybe I don't know. Like, it's not an unfair advantage if it's accessible to everybody. Anybody can make a free-to-play account. Anybody can run and get Tutorial Island. Anybody can do the quest. Anybody can do it. And if like the limiters that are in play, like the trade limits and stuff like that, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you can make that argument if you want to. I just don't feel like it's a very good one because it's such an easy access to everyone, and it's free to play anyway. Like, it's so free to play, and it's only accessible to free to play items. And like, yeah, if you manipulate the market or whatever to inflate the price of an item, get banned, bro. But like, if you're just gonna trade on all your accounts, then like, if that's the slope, or if that's like where you want to say the game is game breaking, then anybody playing on multiple accounts and paying for memberships and stuff like that too is also an unfair advantage, because I have 4 Brutal Black Dragon alts, but some people only have access to 1. So like, I don't think that's a very good argument. Maybe I shouldn't have even brought that up as an argument. Maybe it's just a non-point, a nothing burger, but whatever. But that's the only thing for multi-logging that I can say is like even unethical. Like, even if you want to make like a moral argument against multiscaping and stuff like that, it's not against the rules, and in a free-to-play context, it's not out of reach for anybody else, because literally anybody can do it, and I've showed everyone how to do it. So okay, that's all. That's my like 2 cents about this. But it isn't against the rules. In conclusion, it is not against the rules, not unethical. Everybody has access to this. Part of the game. Trade limits, it's the only place I feel like you have any room to argue, but like, I feel like trade limits were only put in place so that few accounts couldn't just put trillions of gold into the market and control the market by like that. You have to like bust your fucking ass to bypass the trade limits. Like, making 20 accounts is not easy. It's easy for me because I've done it so many times, but it is not easy. So like, for me to do this, to manipulate an item just to get all my accounts chained down, is not unfair. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, and it's clearly explicitly shown here that if you are doing that, they would have a very easy way to ban you, and you just get banned. So I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with any of this. So that's just my 2 cents. I wanted to like kind of rant about that too. And then let's get to the runes. So today we're seeing like more of our daily volume, a normal daily volume. Okay, pure essence 1-2. If we look at it, it's probably gonna be a 1-1 all day. Couple spikes, not a big deal. Same shit. We have big dump here, 6 mil. Big dumps. The entire day is a big dump. Anyway, yeah, 500 mil, good profit. I was supposed to be told. Okay, never mind. My buddy said he was going to try to sell some pure essence today and tell me what the new margin was from the bulkers, but just 1.4 to 1.6. We're going to say that for us suppliers. Anyway, fire runes. Fire runes, super. This is a super healthy daily volume. From here, you can see that super good. This is this is like the type of fire runes we love to see. 500 mil. That means a lot of money was made today. We had a dump of 12 million. We had another dump over here of 10 million, and the margin still held pretty. So it's still sitting pretty healthy at the 6.5 margin. Doing really good. Probably a lot of money was made today. I mean, I made a lot of money. I made 1.9? 90K per account. 1.9 mil. Yeah, because there's like 97 or 93 or something like that. Anyway, yep. So air rune. 419 mil. Same thing. Really good. Bunch of dumps. Like I said before, if you see a big dump of one sort of elemental rune, you're going to see big dumps of all elemental runes. It's usually somebody trying to sell a lot of their stuff off, or somebody buying a lot, or I don't know. No, somebody's selling their stuff. There's no way that this is like buying this much in this instance here. 10 mil. Earth runes 5.4, holding pretty solid. I think it's going to stay at 5.6 for a while. I think it tested here, but it's going to stay at 5.6 for a while, or 5.4. I think this is going to stay low. It might break out again. Who knows? But water rune. We had a 1 dip down to 5.4, but other than that, you know, we have really good volume across the board. 500, 400, 240, and then earth runes 125. So we had really good volume today. Volume today is better than the last 2 days combined. So today you were probably making more money if you were into any of these positions. Yeah, so that's it. A nice 24-minute episode. Feel free to leave me comments below. Any questions you got, anything you guys want to talk about, feedback, whatever. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think I covered it all. Yeah, that's your daily update. Yeah. So I got delayed on that barn thing. So I will be making daily content at least up till next Wednesday. So look forward to that, I guess. See you later, guys.